And we are live. Yay! Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Raybearer live show, the discussion live show. I'm so excited for today's live show
Yeah.
because we're going to discuss Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko. We have the same edition.
I have
But I love this edition.
Fairy. Is
Wow.
it Fairy Loot or
It's very
Limited?
good.
I can't remember which one, but
I know that Illumicrate did a special edition, but I'm not sure which one.
yeah.
Yeah.
It might
Oh,
say
that's cool.
in here. Oh, it's the Fairy Loot.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's so pretty. I have like the regular paper bag, but I love the cover. It's so pretty. But yes, today we are going to discuss Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. I also always feel bad. Yes, but basically, unfortunately, this month the other host of the book club couldn't join us. So today we have a special guest instead. Megan from Mythical Megan is going to join us. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. As you just said, my name's Megan. I'm from the channel Mythical Megan. I mainly read like YA fantasy. I'm slowly getting into adult fantasy, but sci-fi, YA fantasy, and romance are like my typical genres of choice. So yeah.
That's
Oh, I have a
amazing.
visitor. Come here.
Oh, hello.
This is Domino. Say hi, Domino.
I love the name. I love the name. Oh, he's so cute. I love
He just
cats.
wants to hang out.
My cats really hate when I'm picking them up. Like they don't love to be hold up. So
Yeah.
I never show them in lives unless like sometimes my cat is coming here to my chair. But if not, I won't. Like I just want
Yeah.
to force them.
Mine,
Yes,
it's not their favorite thing, but I do it anyways.
I understand. I have just a regular paperback. This one because I know that there is the US edition is different, and I'm not sure if the US edition has a paperback or just a hardcover. I'm not
I think
sure,
there's
but
a paperback of the first book, but I don't think the second one has a paperback yet, if I remember correctly. So
okay, interesting. Kitty, yay!
yes,
Yes, very cute. I love this book. I need to read the conclusion. Yes.
yeah, that's
You
important.
also, yes, it is important. Finally made it
Yay.
to a live show. Welcome. Welcome.
Oh, I see
Eh,
in your profile picture you have Legendborn in that book stack,
oh,
and that's one of my favorite
right.
books. So I
Really?
like your taste. It was really
Oh,
good. I
that's,
liked it.
I actually started to read it and I soft DNF'd it just because I started the audiobook and it was too confusing to me. But
It's
yes,
a
like I'm going
very
to read it.
it's a very
Yeah,
slow start. So
yeah.
I almost DNF'd it in the beginning, and then it picked up a lot towards the middle. So
I actually read a lot of it, but I just wanted to read it physically and I couldn't. So I decided to stop and to reread it from the start in another time.
yeah,
I've read both books like last year, also Redemptor, also the second one. That's an amazing gift, yes. Yeah, I tried to find Redemptor as a paperback. Oh, okay. So it might be available like in the future, and because it's
yeah,
more new than the first book, it
yeah.
might,
It's because we
yeah.
in the U.S. We publish hardbacks first, and then paperbacks about a year after the original release. And I
Mhm.
think the UK does paperbacks first, right?
I think too. Like usually, it's really
Mhm.
easy to find UK paperbacks.
So this is like the
It makes
UK
sense.
edition. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes, I don't think that there is a hardcover edition to those covers. Like I might be wrong, but I can't remember if there is even one.
yeah.
So there might be just a hardcover only in the US edition.
Mhm.
Bloodmark is one of my very few books I ever pre-ordered. Oh, that's amazing. That's really amazing. It means that you loved it so much. So I'm happy to hear that. Yes,
Yes.
so yeah, maybe we can talk a little bit about what we thought, like in general, about the book, and
Yeah.
like maybe which star rating we gave it. So everyone, also please tell us what you think you thought about Raybearer and which star rating you gave it. Yeah.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you can start.
So, I give it 5 stars. It's one of my favorite books of the year so far. I really enjoyed it. It's like up there with the Poppy War for me. I honestly found this book like almost flawless. I don't want to say completely flawless because I'm sure there was something I didn't like, but I can't think off the top of my head what it was I didn't like, if there was anything. But I loved the characters. I loved the plot. That I read it as an audiobook, and the narrator for it was incredible. So I'm really excited to like delve into some of the like finer details in this discussion because I really, really enjoyed this book.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So for me, I also read the audiobook. I actually read it like physically, and at the same time, I read the audiobook. So I definitely agree. I think the audiobook was so good. The narrator was perfect for the story, like for all the accents and just everything. She made me really feel like I'm in the story itself. Yeah, but the thing is that I was so nervous to pick it up because one, it's a very hyped up book, like a lot of people love it, and usually when I'm reading something hyped up, I almost always get disappointment by it. So like I expected to pick it up and to hate it like always. And the second thing is that I'm really not in the fantasy mood like recently. Megan and I talked about it like a lot of times because we both are hosting the Poppy War Read Along. And unfortunately, I DNF'd the second book just because I'm not in the fantasy mood. So me liking this book is like a very big deal because I'm actually not in the fantasy mood. So it means that this book is very good if I'm not in a fantasy mood and I still loved it. I actually gave it 4 stars and not 5, but that's because I'm really critical about my 5 stars. And also because I'm still feeling like I'm just starting to get more into fantasy, like get back into fantasy, but I still feel like this book is amazing. It was so good. I enjoyed it so much.
I'm very generous with my 5 stars. I'm like, you get a 5 star, you get a 5 star, you get a 5 star.
That's amazing. That's good. Like if you're enjoying books and you feel like they are 5 stars, just give it 5 stars. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think the hardcover is the US edition. They wanted the paperback. Yes. I think also like the US edition has a hardcover. I'm just not sure if the UK edition has one. So probably only the US one has a hardcover.
Yeah, and the US one is like a completely different design. It's like the girl's face instead of like
let me see. I will show you how it looks in case someone here doesn't know the US cover. But the US cover looks like this. It's like very different from the UK one. It's very different. So it's so interesting actually. Like I personally prefer the UK one.
Me too. I do too. Yeah. I think this is so pretty. And I didn't notice this at first, but did you notice there's like a face in the floral?
Yeah, it took me time to realize it.
Yeah. So like here's an eye, and then here's an eye, and then the nose and the mouth.
Also, the second book has a face. However, the second book, Redemptor, but here it's like more obvious that there is a face.
That's what made me realize there was a face in the first one as I saw the second one.
Me too. Me too. Illumicrate did limited run UK hardbacks. I know that Illumicrate did like special editions with the UK covers, but it looks like also Ferreloot did the same. Because Megan, you have like the Ferreloot edition and it's a hardcover. Yes. Okay, so that's cool. Like at least there is special editions with this cover. Oh, 5 stars. That's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, also for you, 5 stars. But the characters work in relationship for 100% my favorite part. I agree. I also think that the characters work so good. The audiobook is a chef kiss. Yes, definitely. It was so good. Oh, that's amazing. 4.5 stars is like an amazing rating. Yeah, it's noticed the face. Yeah. I also like noticed because of Redemptor. But yes, I'm actually not really sure where we can start. Like I feel that if we are talking about the plot and the characters, like the first thing that I think about is that all the characters were so amazing. Like I
Hmm.
just love them so much, every one of them.
Who was your
I
favorite?
feel so. I think the main character,
Hmm.
like Teresa, yes, I really loved her, but I also loved Sanjit. I really
Hmm.
loved him. Yes.
Yeah.
And I really loved what is going on between them. We are
Hmm.
going to do, like, in the start, a little bit of non-spoilery discussions. So we will get to the spoiler part soon. So, like, be aware that we are currently speaking non-spoilers in case someone wants to know and join and, like, listen to us. But yes.
Yeah.
um, yeah,
I
basically.
oh what?
No, I just like started to think about the beginning of the story and like what happened in the beginning. Like for me, when I just entered into the book, uh, I like from what I heard from other reviews, everyone said that this book is so unique. So I was really expecting it, and definitely, like I think the whole magic system, like the world building and everything, is very unique, and like
Hmm.
just very fun to read.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was really.
um I was just gonna say the it, like grabbed me right from the start, like right from the very first page. I was hooked, and it never let go. I really enjoyed it from like the very first line, I think.
Yes, I agree with you. I think that the writing itself was so beautiful. Just very, I feel like just everything in the book was made like together so well. Just also the writing, the world building, the atmosphere, the characters, everything went so well with each other. And like I remember that I only started to read a book and I remember that the first page was so confusing because there was something with elephants or on the
Yeah,
water or something like
I
this.
was just looking at that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
hold on. Of course I flipped right. When elephants passed by in a lumbering sea beneath my window, flecks of light whispered in the dust, dancing above the rows of tusks and leather. Oh, so it
Yes,
was. I
yes, it
still
was so
couldn't even.
confusing. Yes,
Yeah.
I actually like I went into the book and the first chapter was really confusing to me, and although it was confusing, which for me makes me usually not enjoy books because I need everything to have explanation. Although it was confusing, I really wanted like to keep reading and to understand what's going on. Like just from the start, although it was confusing, it already was so unique. Just feel
Mhm.
like everything was really unique and like in the end, like throughout the book, I feel like it was explained well, and now I'm really understanding everything.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I liked the concept of the hollows. So like the powers each person has, and I was like,
yeah,
I I wonder if there's like a story behind that, like how each person gets like is there a reason certain people get certain hollows, or is it just completely random? Like I want to know the lore behind that, or how that was decided even from like the author's perspective, um, because I think they were such unique powers as well. It wasn't just like
yeah.
manipulation of the elements or manipulation of animals. It was like really unique. Like I can pick your weaknesses, or I can touch something and like view all its memories. Like those are really unique powers to have. So yeah.
Yes, like yes, I feel like the concept of having special powers, like having a hollow in different books, just with different names. I feel like a lot of characters has special powers, but the
Mhm.
powers were so unique. Like definitely one of the aspects that made everything so unique. So cool that like I feel already Teresa Hollow was so unique and cool because she actually can read memories. But
Mhm.
I was so impressed from Sanjit Hollow because
Mhm.
like I would never thought of myself of like getting the weaknesses of the enemies, like to
Mhm.
understand the weaknesses. It's a very unique like thinking that I wouldn't think about myself.
And I feel like there has to be some reason certain people were born with certain things, because if you remember Sanjit's twin, like had the same power, but instead of like physical weakness, it was like mental or
Emotional.
emotional
Yeah, right.
weakness. So I was like, well, there has to be some link or some reason certain people get certain things, or yeah, I would love to ask the author like how they came up with those for each character, or if there is something built into the world building that causes certain people. I don't know. I just think it's fascinating.
Yes, I'm actually like I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's something that will be explained in the second book.
Mhm.
Like I'm not sure. I'm very intrigued to get to the second book and like to read it all. Well, like usually I don't read sequels. It's very rare for me. So me wanting to read the sequel says a lot about how much I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Yes, but yes, like I feel like also the powers were unique, but also the world itself was really unique. Like all the system with the ray, like how the ray works and how there is
Mhm.
children that are supposed to be one family. It was
Mhm.
very unique. Like before I started to read the book, I could never guess what Raybearer means, and like it makes perfect sense when you read the book and you understand the meaning
Oh
behind
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from like the perspective of the synopsis, I did not like think that it was going to happen at such a young age. Like I thought
Yeah.
she was going to be trying to enter the ray at like 16, 17 maybe, since it's YA, but I did not expect it to be when she was like a child that she gets put into this like trial to become part of the ray. So I thought that was also super interesting to see. um Definitely a unique twist on that, like it's not enemies to lovers, but like a unique twist on that type of trope. Because you think it's
Yeah.
going to be enemies to lovers in the book before you start, because it's like, oh, destined to kill the person she's supposed to love. So it sounds like an enemies to lovers trope, but it's just so much more than that.
Yes, I feel like it took everything that I thought it's going to be in the book and like just made it a complete opposite because
Mhm.
we thought that there is going to be enemies to lovers, but the book didn't talk about like relationship love between
Mhm.
significant others. It just really talked about love of sister and brother and like all the 12 children, I think there were, like
I
12
think
of
so.
them.
Yeah.
Yes, something like this. So it was really interesting for me to see the use of love as a just as a word and as a concept, but in that way, like not
Mhm.
in the way of actual romance, but
Yeah.
in the way like this. I really loved it. I definitely felt like it made me enjoy the book so much more
Mhm.
because I love romance. I love when there is a romance, but I really appreciate how the book dealt with the romance here and like.
Mhm.
Where I guess we are going to talk a little bit more when we will get to the non-spoiler part, but also like the romance itself that was so interesting and like just so amazing.
Mhm.
And I knew I was going to love Sanjit's character when they first introduced him. I
Yeah.
really agree with you.
Yeah.
It's like already like it's the first scene that we saw him. I already like fell in love with him.
Yeah. Mm, just when he's like handcuffed and dejected. I just have a
Yeah.
soft spot for like sad boys.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I also really love this scene of horror, like helping him in the beginning of
Yeah.
the book. Yeah. I feel like just the all interactions of the characters, I really loved their interactions and how they actually felt like found family.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I loved Baby
Yeah.
Dio. He was so cute. Just like, oh, you're gonna leave me too, aren't you? And he's just so like sad, and I'm just see sad boy, um,
Yes.
but he was just so adorable, and I was like, I just want to hug you. Like, I feel so bad for you because all these people are coming in and just like claiming to love you so that they can be part of something bigger as opposed to like actually loving you. So
Yes,
yeah.
and I feel like this is one of the reasons that Dio and Teresai got along very well from the beginning because they feel the same.
Hmm.
Because also she only wanted like
Yeah.
to to have people that will love her and not fear her, like just yeah. So it's definitely, I feel like the book really touched the emotions well. I feel like it really gave me the emotions of the characters and really made me feel what they are feeling.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I really loved it. Yes,
I'm trying to think of like what else we could talk about
without
non-spoiler.
spoilers. Yes, yes. I'm
uh,
also thinking, I'm debating maybe just to go to the spoiler part because
yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that. So yes, I
Oh,
think that we
well,
are
I'll ask you,
going.
what would your hollow
Yeah.
be if you had a hollow?
Oh, I would ask the author because she has better ideas than
Give me
me.
one. Mine would be like,
Actually, I yeah, what?
oh, I was gonna say mine would be like the ability to communicate in all languages.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
cool.
like
Like to
including
understand
animals.
languages right away.
Yeah, to
Oh,
like be able to just
that's a
like,
really cool.
yeah.
That's a good hollow. That's a really good hollow, yes. I think that my hollow will be reading books without reading books, just touching a book and that's it, I read it.
Hey, that's pretty cool. So like a photographic
Yeah.
memory, but instead of like looking at the pages, you just touch it and you instantly know the story. That would be
Yes, like
really cool.
Teresa touches things and knows the memories. I will
Mhm.
touch a book and I will know all the words from it.
Yeah. Mine would
Yes.
include animal languages, or else I feel like it wouldn't be perceived as like an actual hollow because I remember when they were coming in, they were like, "Oh, you taught your children to like recite poems or do something that's kind of
Mm.
standard." So I guess a child could learn languages, but if you
Yeah.
throw in animal languages, you can't really learn animal languages.
And
So
also, if it's your hollow, you will know any language, and like there is
yeah,
a limit and time that needs to be like
yeah.
taken in order for someone to know a language. Oh my God, I didn't mean to steal your idea, but it's a good idea. I just thought about it because I saw the books. It
Yeah.
will be a very, very cool hollow. Mine will be to have people leave me alone the most.
What if you
Yeah,
could
it'll
like
be.
duplicate yourself or like somehow like mentally persuade them without ever having to talk to someone to like do things so that like if you need like you go to a restaurant and you have to order your meal but you can just like think that you want this meal and someone will bring it to you instead of like having to actually interact with the waitress.
It sounds to me like the Ray from the
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
Yeah, so some kind of the Ray, just with everyone. Yeah, I like the idea of having healing abilities. Think like the characters in the book does. So maybe I could heal with regular speaking. Yes, or speaking, or there could be like so many ways you can touch someone here and he will be healed. I'm not
Interpretive
sure.
dance.
Yeah. Wow, healing dancing sounds so fun. Like if someone dies in a book and someone starts to dance, yay! Dancing, someone dead. Yes, it could be
Get the
funny.
maracas.
Yes.
uh,
Yes, so I think that we're going to go to the spoiler part and just talk about everything. So we're going to the spoilers. If you didn't read the book or didn't finish it, we're going to talk spoilers. So it's spoilers from now on. Oh no, I ain't dancing. Okay, I'm sure there is other things you can do. Also speaking.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I really, really want to talk about the love triangle in the book.
Hmm.
Like kind of a love triangle, which I really, really loved how it was done. Like usually I don't love for love triangles just because so many books have them. I read so many books with love triangles, so I'm so critical when I'm reading love triangle, and I just like I'm critical about it, and I'm trying to see what is wrong in this love triangle. But I
Hmm.
was really impressed from how it was done because, like again, I really love just the combination of also romance, but also love of a brother and a sister, and like of group of actual like siblings.
Yeah. I think it was done really well as well, especially having that representation of Dio being someone who's not interested in intimate relationships. I thought that was a really good perspective, and I think it's going to be an interesting topic in the sequel. When
Yes,
they
I'm
have
pretty sure that.
like trying to decide if they're going to continue the Ray or not. I mean, I guess Terasai has the ability, but I don't really perceive her as someone who would want children.
Yes, I'm
I don't know.
also like from the book, from what I remember, she didn't really want to go to this relationship with Tayo. His name Tayo, yes, Dio.
Dio, yeah.
Tayo, yes. So
And
like
Dio, I
from the
think, is like the
beginning,
full.
yes, right. You're right. But yes, I'm not sure if she will want children. Like it wasn't really discussed in the book, but I remember that she didn't want to only make children because they talked about her like doing with Dio and everything, and
Yeah.
she didn't want like for this to be her role in life. She wanted more than that.
Yeah. And I feel like she also, especially in these type of books, when a character has a bad relationship with their parent, they typically are nervous or don't want to have children because they don't want to be like their parent. So I could definitely see that being her viewpoint as well on it. Like, I don't want to be like my mom. So I think that's going to be a heavy topic within Redemptor, possibly. Is the idea of, are we going to continue the Ray or not? Is anyone going to have children? What's going to happen? I think even beyond just children, I think there's going to be a big shift in how the like government of this world is run.
Yes, because already something really big changed that there isn't going to be any redemptors after like except Tersai. It's like something very, very major about like everything. So I guess a lot of things will change and it will be very interesting to see it. I also like I expect because the first book had so much time, like it started from her being a child until her after like already getting into this I don't
Yeah,
remember how they called like the 12 people together. I'm not
the
sure how
council.
they are. Yes, the council. So her getting into the council and her also already like getting to the first trial that she did as a judge. So it was like a lot of time. So I feel like we will definitely get to the situation in the second book that they need to understand what they are going to do next, like children and just everything. So I'm just really expecting it, but I know that like the second book is we all know it's going to be about Parasite becoming a redemptor and actually going to this underworld. So I'm not sure how much time it will take from the book, but it's so interesting that we had such a unique concept that we didn't really knew a lot about, and it was really mysterious. And then we are going like to actually explore it. It makes me so excited.
Yeah, I think the pacing of the book was really interesting because typically in a book that goes from childhood to like older, already being in a position, the pacing is a bit too quick for me, but I think it was okay within this book. And I'm interested to see in Redemptor because she has 2 years to fulfill like what the breach needs her to do in order to go in and save all the children from never being redemptors again. So she has to like get her own council of people who probably hate her or at least dislike her and make them love her all in 2 years. And then she will probably see her go into the underworld or breach. And then hopefully make it. I don't know.
Yes.
But I'm just interested to see how the pacing of this book is going to compare to the first book.
Yes, I agree with you about like the pacing being good. I also felt like it was very good because, like you said, like a lot of times books that are starting from childhood into adult and like just new adult, like older YA, it's usually just something feels a bit off. I don't like really big time jumps, but I feel like here it was done so well, and like
Mhm.
just in the right moment, like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it was very natural. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It worked because in one way or other, they all love each other.
Mhm.
Yes. It was so pretty. Like I just really loved how they loved each other and how it's like something that have to happen in order for them to share the ray. Like very unique and really loved it. It's like usually I don't like I'm not obsessed with found family trope. Like I'm okay with books like this, but I feel like here it was just made me feel so happy reading about those people.
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting point as well, because typically in love triangles, it's one person likes two people and those two people like that one person. Where here it really is a triangle, like all three of them love each other. Like Dio
Yes.
and Sanjit love each other, Sanjit and Terasai love each other, and then Dio and Terasai love each other. So it's like it's a true triangle.
Yes, yes, and like at the same time, there is like an obvious romance between
Yeah.
Teresa and Sanjit, and like Dio knew about it, and like he was okay because he loves them and knows that they want to be like together like this. So just
Mhm.
yes, I just feel like it's so mature how they are looking about everything because I feel like in a lot of YA books, this whole thing will become a really unnecessary drama. But
Mhm.
here they are all very mature about what is happening and like understanding each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like an unofficial love triangle since it came out that Dio and Teresa love was just about friendship and caring. Yes, love the Dio supported her and Sanjay together. Yes, exactly. It was just so pretty that I just
Yeah.
really loved it. Although it was about YA, it really felt mature to me in that sense.
I feel isn't don't Dio and Terasai, aren't they cousins now? Like, wasn't it revealed
Yes,
that they're
yes.
cousins?
After, yeah, you're right. After like the reveal itself, it's yes, yes, you're
So
right. I remember that I also
good.
thought
That,
about it and I already forgot. Yeah, so like technically they are cousins. Wow. Yeah. When Teresa was playing with those drums, it terrified me that she was took so long to figure out that the necklace was inside. It was obvious. Actually, it was a surprise for me. Like,
I didn't pick up on that at all.
yeah, yeah.
I'm normally pretty good about like catching on to foreshadowing. I had no idea they were in the drum.
Yes, yes. I'm
And
also like I get everything like before it happens, and I was surprised. I was actually surprised.
yeah, I was like, oh, it's like the magic of friendship is always inside. Like that's how I was reading it.
Yes, like I can get why it was really obvious for you because if I would like think about it a little bit more, I will probably understand that why there is a drum here. It probably means something.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't realize it.
If I had maybe like read the physical book as opposed to the audiobook, I might have picked up on it a bit better, because I know that sometimes when I do audio there's like very minimal things I might miss here or there, just because my brain will like and then
Yeah,
come back
that's
real quick.
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually read it a bit quick because originally the live show was supposed to be, I think, on Sunday, and I
Yes.
was like hurrying to finish it for the live show, and then we postponed it. So like I finished it before, but I was like reading it pretty fast. Like I was reading in a 2.5 or 3
Oh wow.
speed on the audio, but I read like with a physical book at the same time, so I got everything because I'm reading text. But maybe also like because I was hurrying, I missed it. So tell us like if anyone else also thought it was obvious or not. It's interesting. Like
I
I
think
didn't, but
Sam picked up on it
yeah,
from yeah. I think that was in reference to
yes, I also
the drum.
think.
So I think
So
Sam picked
only
up on it. So
yes,
we're just
only both of us.
oblivious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get why it was obvious. Yes, like
Yeah.
when I'm thinking about it logically, I can get it. Always fun to hear people ideas of the series when you finished it. Oh, right, you already know what's going to be in the second book. Like you're sitting here and just hears us talk about speculations for the second book, but you know everything. I really need to do it sometime, like to read the whole series and then go to a live show just for the first book.
Oh yeah.
I want to be in this position of knowing everything.
I was trying to think if there's one, like we're doing a book club, and I've already read the book that is the book club pick, so I might get a little bit of that. Seeing people talk about the book going into it.
Yes, that's fun. That's why I love Discord, because like in book clubs and readathons there is a lot of chats of specific books, so it's fun like to only talk about this book.
Nico, don't show your butt.
I also wonder, but I think that there is probably fan art for those like underwater tours.
There has to be.
See? Yeah, I also like tried to imagine it. I also feel like it's interesting. I'm actually thinking to myself, I'm looking at oh wow, okay, the US cover, I think, let me show you in my phone, the US cover of Redemptor. I think it has like signs on her face.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I will show you. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see, but here there is a bit of signs, like with her face, if you see like on her body, and I'm not sure if it's like, oh, here you shared the screen, let me put it here. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow. So I'm not sure if it's like actually supposed to be like this, because from the description of the book, I imagine it like on all of their face and on all of their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think maybe specifically Teresa character will get tattoos, but like not all of them, just a part of them, like half of her face or something, because it looks like this from the cover.
I wonder, because there's like a glow on this side, I wonder if it just like goes around the face as opposed to like, I guess it would be here too on the other side, but
yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
don't know, it could just go down the sides. I don't know.
Because the actual things you can see of cover of books, like it's so interesting. I'm trying to see. Actually, there is also in the first US cover, she has like signs on her face.
Oh, here's a close up. So this is I'm blanking on his name, but Yen or something like that.
Yes, I can't remember. Let me look, because I have here the. Yes, I also can't remember his name, but like the Redemptor. Yes, he has like signs on his hands and everything. Actually, imagined them as more. Like, I don't know why, but it's cool. Like, it looks so cool. Yeah, so cool. Like how. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any more. I always get nervous too, because I don't want to see spoilers for the next book.
Yes, I also don't like spoilers, but it's so interesting that like we saw it on the cover. I didn't expect it. I need fan art. Yes.
I hope that's satisfied a little bit. Yes,
I really hope like for book boxes and subscriptions to do some Raybearer item. I feel like there is the aesthetic can be really cool for items. Can be really cool. Really like want to see more things of Raybearer. It's a love, but it's less catchy.
What?
Love
dodecahedron?
What does it mean?
She did her love bite because I petted her too hard. Oh my gosh. I was like, ow.
Oh, cute. Yes, cats do it. Whilst marrying and having kids with cousin, that would never happen in real life. Yes, in books. Like, I feel like this is those kind of things that would happen in real life 1,000 years ago, but now in modern life, not anymore. So, but it happens in books, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, if it will be like recognized that they are cousins in the second book, because like the first book ended really in the plot of them realizing that she is like the daughter of the sister of like the emperor and everything. So like I can't remember that they had a lot of time to reflect about everything. So maybe they would talk about them being cousins in the second book. Actually hope that they will like acknowledge it.
That would be
It's more
interesting.
realistic.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, like to see what is happening and like maybe because like all the society, like everyone are expecting from Teresa and Dio to have kids, like it was talked in the book itself. So I'm interested to see how everyone will react to the fact that she's his cousin, and maybe like they wouldn't care and still want them to have kids. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
never
don't know.
real I never realized that about Redemptor cover. Yes, it's very, very pretty. Just occurred to me, those underworld maps that are hyperlinks, when they get out, they get a different color. Really?
Yeah,
I
they go
can't
from
remember
like
it actually.
blue to purple or purple to blue or something like that. I forgot which way they turn.
Okay, because I remember like from the description that the tattoos are blue, so it might like be like they might be purple underworld, and when they are getting to the real world, they are blue because like I remember the character with blue tattoos.
Mhm.
12-sided object instead of a triangle tree.
Mhm.
This is like this dodeca that I can pronounce. But
Dodecahedron.
yes. Okay, cool. I learned a new word. It's really cool. Yes. I actually wanted to talk a little bit about the plot itself because we talked about the characters and how much we love them. But I really wanted to say that I really love the plot. Like I'm plot-driven reader, so for me, plot is the most important. I feel like it was also the pacing, like it was fast-paced, but not too much. Like I feel that it was perfect, but the plot itself was actually really good. Like I was so surprised
Mhm.
from a lot of stuff, and usually when there is parts in books, like for example, the first part was like I can't remember the first and second, but I remember that we got out of them being children, and they like went out of this castle of them, like where they lived. And I remember that I was really nervous that I'm not going to like the book anymore because usually fantasy books, like the beginning is really interesting, but the plot continued being very good. Like all
Mhm.
the story with the Redemptors and like the weird people that are making the Redemptors, I can't remember how they called, but it was so cool.
Yeah, was it the Biko? No, that's the
Uh,
children from the breach.
yes, I'm trying to see. Okay, so I'm actually looking at a summary recap, but the end isn't here. So I can see, like, I wanted to say the name of them because they were in the end. But the Redemptor, his name is Win, because we
Okay.
couldn't remember. So Win, that's good. Uh, and there is also, like, the lady. I feel like she was a very interesting character.
Yeah, with the ability to like change into any appearance at will was really cool.
That was the one with Win. I talked about the lady, like the mother of Teresa.
Mhm.
I feel like she was a really unique and good character, and I really loved that we almost didn't see her because it made her more mysterious, but like in a good way because I felt like we knew a lot about her and didn't
Mhm.
knew a lot about her. I really loved like how in the end we realized everything, and also the story of like the lady being in the Bahima house, all of Teresa's life. It was so
Yeah.
surprising to me that she actually like watched her at the same house.
Yeah, I forgot her name was the lady, so I was thinking of the one with the lisp. But um, yeah, it's really interesting that even from the get go, it doesn't sound like she even had a name. Like she's just always the lady, but she was like
Yeah,
a whole person before Terasai, so I'm like, how did she just never have a name, or did she just like choose to never go by it again and we just never find out? Or because I don't think it was ever said what her name was it?
No, it was discussed that they didn't give her a name because she wasn't like the heir. So like they just like all of the emperor's sisters and brothers, they were sent away, and she was the only one that he wanted to keep with her. So because of it, they didn't gave her her name, because like I think that
That's
all
so
the
sad.
other children, yes, it's really sad. Like I feel like it really also this, like, it makes sense why the lady is such a cult character, because she was treated this way all of her life.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like it was just so good to me. Like in the end of the book, I really loved that we actually understood the story of the lady, and not only because of the plot, because like we need to know that she is the sister of the emperor for the plot. It makes sense, but also that we knew her emotions, that she really loved Teresine and that she was actually watching her, but at the same time she almost never saw because she was afraid to waste her last wish. So it was like just wow, she actually didn't talk to her daughter and like saw her only once in every few years, just because she was afraid to say the wrong thing.
Yeah. And I feel like Terasai's, like, both her parents just really used her for their own benefit. Like, Malu, I think is the dad's name. The like,
yes, Malu, I also think. Let me.
But his whole thing was, what was it?
Arrow.
Oh yeah, he's an arrow.
Yeah.
Which is basically a genie. It sounds like.
Yeah. Yes.
But he appears to care and appears to like want to be there for her and like be a loving person and being kind, but his whole purpose is really just to have her fulfill the wish so that he can become free. I feel like in the end, and then the lady obviously just wants to kill the emperor. So, or
she just wants like a revenge for.
Yeah,
she wants a revenge that I can get, because like how they treated her, and her being also a Raybearer, but like she couldn't get being a Raybearer just because they didn't want to have to. So I get like why the lady was this kind of character, because all of her life led her to be this kind of person. Just everything makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this book.
I feel like it would have been easier to manipulate one of the current Raybearers into killing the emperor, as opposed to like having a whole child to do it. Like really like creating a child, raising it sort of, and then sending it out to fulfill your purpose, as opposed to just like forming a Ray bond with one of the current emperor's Raybearers or something. I feel like there was a better way.
So, like, from what I got from the book, it seems like everyone knew who the lady was, and they wouldn't let her get even close, like, to the place where they are living.
But the one lady can change people's appearances.
No, this is not the lady, like the other. Like
I know,
but
the one can change other people's appearances. So why didn't the lady have? Was her name Kathleen, or I don't remember?
Yeah, something like this, Kathleen.
So why didn't the lady have Kathleen, or whatever her name was, change the lady's appearance?
Yes, I'm not sure. That's like a good
way.
Yeah, yes.
It didn't fit the plot, that's why.
Yes, without it there wouldn't be a plot. Yes, sometimes books are like this, like they just need to do some things. I'm gonna call them Realm 14 because I have trouble remembering names, especially when it was so long ago. It's understandable, definitely. The lady and the emperor being so hustle really seals their doom. Yeah, definitely. Yes, I feel like I was happy that the lady like was killed, because I didn't love how she really treated Terasai, but at the same time I get why her character is like this. Only a member of the council can kill the Raybearer.
No,
right, because like, yeah.
I was saying have the lady the lady should have had Kathleen disguise the lady, so the lady can go in a different appearance and then form a Ray bond with one of the Emperor's Raybearers because she has that ability, and then just have that Raybearer kill the Emperor. I feel like that would have been easier. That's what I was getting at. I know only a member.
Yes, but like how she can convince like this person from the council to kill, because like with Teresai, she had the whole wish because her father is the Eru. So it like makes sense why Teresai has to do what she says. But she, like, I don't know, like maybe, I'm also not sure that Kathleen or her name could change appearance of other people. Like,
she
it
did
wasn't
for
only about herself.
she did for the
Okay.
guy. Yeah.
Okay.
But I was thinking more so along the lines of the High Judge, because she would have seen the intimate relationship right there, and then could have convinced him that she was going to kill basically what she did. I'm going to kill the High Priestess if you don't kill the Emperor. And in the end, the High Judge's love was more so for the intimate relationship than the love for the Emperor. So I think there is possibility of forming a bond stronger than the one with the Emperor. So I think it could have worked. But again, it didn't fit the plot, so it's not that important.
Yes, but like it's a very cool idea. It's fun like to think about what could have been done in the plot like differently. I feel like just the whole book was so interesting, so it's so fun to think about all the possibilities once they have full council. Yes. Because the Emperor and his council were also wherever. That is why they were initially against Teresai. That's yes. They were like with Teresai. I remember like in the beginning they tried to poison her, and just one of the council members stopped it. But they have actually tried to poison her, which is yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yes, but just the whole plot with I feel like it was I was so impressed from the plot. Like honestly, I started to read the book and I wasn't in a mood to read it, and I'm a mood reader, so like when I'm reading a book not in the mood, I won't enjoy it. So I actually enjoyed it. I was just so surprised for me. Yeah, it was just such a good book, and I'm so interested to see what's going to be in Redemptor, because all the concept of Redemptors and how it's happening is so interesting. Like, I'm really dying to see what's going to be in the underworld and like how it's actually going to play in the plot and like in the descriptions.
Do you think she'll make it through the underworld?
I think that yes.
I feel like she has to be the main character, but at the same time, everything I've thought previously was opposite in this book, so who knows?
I think that she's going to make it out, but like it's not going to be like we are imagining it, and it's going to be like very different, and like who knows what is going to happen. Like, I hope that she will actually go to the underworld, because the book is called Redemptor, and I really want to see that aspect, because like technically there is 2 years for her to get everyone before she's going. But I'm really interested like to see it. I'm not sure which book is more long. Let me see. I think like the first one was almost 500 pages. The second one is like 50 pages less. So it looks like it's a bit shorter, but it's still like usually 500 pages books for me, it's like, wow, it's long. But here it was, yes.
Yeah.
More plot, more things.
I hope it also doesn't skip over the like making the council members love her. Like, I hope they go into depth with that. I think that's going to be really interesting. Because I know sometimes with a sequel there will be like time skip between the first book and the second book. So I hope it's just like right into it and like it goes deep into the building those relationships, because I'm interested to see how she does it.
Yes, I really hope, because I was so impressed from the relationship in the first book, like of all the love of them. Like, I didn't thought that I would enjoy it this much. So seeing the same process, like with people that actually hate her in the beginning, would be very interesting. Yeah. not saying anything. Yes, that you are just sitting here and knows everything, and we are just trying to speculate. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm very interested. Like, I really love that this is a duology because I feel so much less intimidated to read the sequel because I usually don't read sequels, but I know that it's only one book and like I'm sure it will be very, very interesting for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
think it works well as a duology.
Yes, because like I saw like the name Redemptor and I was really like I just couldn't understand what Raybearer and what Redemptor mean. But I feel like all the naming in the series, like Raybearer, Redemptor, everything is catchy. Like usually I get really confused from fantasy names and I don't remember them, but I actually remember like what everything means. Yeah. Oh, and I also really loved like that Sanjit called Teresa Sunshine, and she
Sunshine
like
Girl.
in the yes, and in the end she's really a sunshine girl. It was
Yeah.
just so sweet. Like I really love the romance. I really hope that. I also really hope like that the romance will be more and that we will see more of them. I really, really hope
Same.
so.
Yeah.
I want to buy the paperback, but the same narrator does the audio for so I might. Oh, yes,
Same.
I will definitely read like with the audiobook again because she was just so good. I actually think that the author is going to release a new book. I'm not sure when. Let me check because I'm pretty sure that I saw it and I like wanted to mention it today because I would definitely be checking more books by her. But let me see, like I'm pretty sure that I read it and like it's also not like it's going to be pretty soon, but let me check. Jordan Ifueko. It's loading. Okay. Okay, so she is going to have. Wait, I'm confused. Sorry, I really remember. Oh, okay, so it looks like she's going to have a book releasing in 2023, like in 23.
Oh, wow.
But it's like a book with a lot of authors, so I'm not sure.
Oh, it's
Let me
probably like an anthology, so a bunch of short stories.
Yeah, it might be. Like there is a lot of authors, so it looks like that. But I'm pretty sure that I read that she's going to release like a new. Okay, I'm not sure. Sorry for the wrong info, but like I was pretty sure that she's going to release another book. Or I read that she's working on her other book. Now I remember. Okay, I basically read that she's working on her new book, not the one with a lot of authors, but it seems like she's working on another book. I'm not sure if it's going to be a fantasy or not, but it means that she is planning to release more books in the future, and I will definitely check them. Like, I really love the writing. Like, writing really makes a book, and I really loved the writing here.
I was looking to see if there was anything on Goodreads, but I don't see anything.
Yes, I really can't. Yes, I also checked the Goodreads, and I can't remember when I saw it, but like I'm pretty sure that I saw somewhere new book. Okay, I'm really not sure.
There's a graphic novel.
For Raybearer?
No, for The Storyteller. It looks like Jordan was an author on that. Maybe? Let me check Instagram.
Yes, I see here. It's a graphic novel and it's also a duology. Okay, interesting. I might check it because I really love graphic novels. I didn't know that she has a graphic novel, but I think that I'm going to check it. Yes, I love graphic novels and I love writing. So, okay. So she's been posting on Instagram that she's working on another book, but IDK about the release date. Yes. So also like I remember that I saw somewhere someone mentioned that she already like talked about her working on her next book. So it seems like I don't know how much time it will take. She needs to take all of her time. It's okay. Like writing the book takes time, so
Yeah.
I'm not expecting it to be soon. Like I prefer for to take more time and for the book to be better. But I'm excited that she is working like on something actively, so it's very exciting.
Yeah. Anything else you think of what the next book's gonna hold, or what you thought of this book?
Yes, like tell us if you have anything else that you want to discuss, but I feel like we discussed like pretty well the topics
Yeah.
in the book. Like we went through it a little bit blindly, like, but I have the summary here, and yes, I hope it's good enough. Yeah, the storyteller looks interesting, and it being a Jim Henson thing, maybe we'll get more of its puppet creations. Oh wow, okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
he's the Muppets, right? Jim
You
Henson.
might be remembering me mentioning it. So yes, it's probably from you because I remember that like I saw someone mention it and like I just remember it. I really wanted to mention it in the live show because like I'm really excited for working on another book because it was just so surprised for me.
Are you in the
I will
Enchanted
like
Book
that.
Club, Sam? Is that where?
The Discord, yes. Yeah, yes, in the Discord. Also, like I saw it probably from the Discord. Like if you wrote it in the Discord, I saw it. Like I saw all the discussion about like we have in the Discord we have like a chat for every book that we are reading. So there were like by chapters and spoilers, not spoilers. So I remember like I read everything there. Yes, that's you. Okay, so from you I know it. Muppets, Fraggle Rocks, Live and Dark Crystals. Oh, okay. Okay, I wanted to check now this graphic novel. Mhm.
I just
Yes.
messaged the Discord and said, "Hi, Sam."
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like we covered it pretty well.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm not sure if anyone plans to read Redemptor soon, but if anyone wants to read it together, like, again, if you want to buddy read it, I would love to, because
Yeah.
I really enjoyed, like, I really want to read it soon and not forget about it, because I so bad at reading sequels. So I really want to get to the Redemptor, because I feel like it will be amazing to read it. I just really expect to love this book. I hope I won't be disappointment. But like, if I love the first one, I think that I would love the second one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the cover is so pretty.
Do we want to,
Yeah.
or I don't know if you guys typically announce what the next book is going to be in these live shows or not.
Yeah, so we already have the April peak. We are going to read Aurora Rising by J. Christoph and Amy Kaufman. It's a fourth book in a trilogy. It's a Y sci-fi. We are doing a sci-fi April. So I'm very excited because I'm trying to get more into sci-fi this year. So that's really, really exciting. And we will announce also, we already announced the theme for May, and we are going soon to do the poll for the May book. So be sure like to check the Twitter and the Discord. We will announce when the poll will be live, so you can help us like choose also the next book to read. And yes, Megan, thank you so much again for joining us today and being the special guest of the Enchanted Book Club. It was like just so fun. I'm so happy that like we had the opportunity to discuss this book because it was really amazing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who joined us today. I'm so happy to see like that all the chat loved the book. Like it doesn't seem like anyone hated it, so I'm just so happy. Like Megan, you don't know it, but we had a problem with books so far because most of the hosts didn't enjoy most of the books.
Oh no!
So it's like yes, it's the first book out of the picks that I love. So it's like so exciting for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a general, like, any group book you did recently you haven't enjoyed because you didn't like the Poppy Warrior either.
Yes, also the Puppy War, also like our previous books of the book club. Only the last one I didn't hate, but it also was only 3 stars. So I'm
What
just
was
so
the
happy.
last
Like
one?
the last one was the Spanish Love Deception.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, we are just doing a lot of different genres, and yes, like I said, the main book poll will be hopefully this upcoming week, and we will also announce when the Aurora Rising live show will be in the end of April. So you still have the whole month to read Aurora Rising. And yes, thank you so much for everyone who joined us today. It was also fun. And yes, good night or day, everyone, wherever you are. And yes, goodbye, everyone. This was
Hi.
definitely win. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, so thank you and bye, everyone. Bye bye.